Back in the day, boss.
So sorry about the bad voice, people.
I think I was channeling. I was channeling some Game of Thrones there a little bit. So
I'm kind of doing a old family remedy. So I'm a little bit hoarse, and got one of the girls' colds a little bit. And when I was growing up, and I don't know if other people can relate to this, but whenever I had like a cough or something like that, my mom always gave me whiskey and honey with some lemon in it and some hot water. And so I have honey whiskey and I drank all of that and it worked. But I didn't want to open a new bottle. So now this is Jameson that I put honey in. And I think it works great without the lemon and without the water. So,
yeah, I was gonna say I didn't see you put any water in there. So.
No, or lemon juice.
Did you? You at least have to heat it up a little bit. So
it gets warm when it's in my mouth.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, I used to do that. Like you just take a shot and wrap up in like a big giant blanket and just sweat it out.
Yeah, so I'm not taking this as a shot, but as you can tell, every time I take a sip, it sounds slightly better.
Yeah, your voice is sounding wonderful.
Yeah. I think it's awesome. Weird.
Yep.
Sexy. So, hey, people, welcome back to our Kilted Balls podcast.
Mm-hmm.
We get distracted by lots of things. Do you want to know what distracted me today?
What?
I was on the Uncaged Discord because that's where I live.
Mm-hmm.
And there's one of our friends on there, Digital Oil Hunter, and he has a TikTok.
Awesome.
And so people were talking about it. I'm like, oh, what video? And he did a video for Uncaged on his TikTok.
That's awesome.
So I looked at it and man, you should see his eyes.
Yeah, beautiful eyes.
They are that dreamy kind of blue.
Nice.
I wrote him on Discord. I'm like, are those your real eyes? And he's like, what did he say? He goes, real eyes, real eyes, real eyes. Which now that I say it out loud sounds so weird. But when you see it on paper, it looks normal. You see it on the Discord?
No, I'm trying to flip through right
messages.
I saw is it over the one where you have where he's looking at you?
Yeah.
Okay, it's above that one.
No, it's that one.
Oh, good. Just waiting for someone to have a baby.
No, you're 5 messages above the message you just sent.
Oh, real eyes, real eyes. Oh, I see.
I didn't realize it would sound like that when you say it out loud. For those of you who are just listening and watching here, Kilted, say that again. Just say it nice and fast.
Realize, realize, realize.
So that's great.
So anyone who's listening and you don't get to see this, I am not wearing my coral colored staple pigeon shirt today.
This is the first time you
Possibly
haven't worn it on a Tuesday.
No, this one, this is my purple staple pigeon hoodie. Which funny. I usually, I mean, I've never really, I mean, I have some hoodies here and there, but because of Gary Vee and I wanted to get the collab that they did, you know, I started getting the staple pigeon emails and stuff. And I mean, I really like their clothes. They're cool. And so, yeah, I'm gonna have to start riding my one wheel more so I can represent my streetwear that I'm actually wearing.
Heck yeah. You know, we talked about me selling the bat a few days ago.
Mm-hmm.
And I worry, you know, everybody worries when they sell something like that. Like, did they make the right call? The floor's dropped.
Is it? What's the floor right now?
I don't know, like 8.5 maybe.
Awesome. Yeah, I think it was a good choice.
8.84.
Okay.
And right after it was about that. Because I remember thinking I could buy in at the floor and still have made a little bit of money. And it's still there. And I've never been, the bat at that listing price would never have been closer than 6 to the floor this entire.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right, feeling pretty good about that.
Good. That's super awesome.
Still gives me a chance to rebuy. The hard part, though, and I imagine you wrestle with this too, is I keep wanting to spend that ETH in my wallet.
Oh my gosh. You haven't the slightest idea. Well, that's what I'm doing right now. Anyone who's watching, you see I'm slightly. So, well, here's the thing, and we talked about this the other day or last week sometime, or maybe the week before, but talking about props and drops, I do enjoy listening to it. We've talked about being big fans, and I was debating lazy lions are something that I had seen on the Twitter, and I'm pretty sure we talked about this.
Yes, I
I
think
was
so.
thinking about getting one, so I didn't. And they were talking about it again today because there was a new props and drops on there. And the lazy lions have doubled in price since I was just kind of eyeing them, but didn't want to pay the $200 in gas. So why would I, spend the $200 to make the $2,000? Like if I was going to sell it this second,
Right.
because actually I take that back. I guess it was 0.7 to 1.5, but still, it's significant. I don't know where it is right now, but I had been. They were talking about. Oh, Gary had made a comment about the women and weapons.
Yep.
And so I was like, those look cool. So I happened to snag one at 0.149. I don't know where they are in the thing, but it was just kind of like a FOMO. And they were cool. And I mean, I only bought two World of Women, very sad, when it was 0.08 and 0.09. So, but I mean, I thought that was, and I haven't bought anything besides the Uncaged. I haven't bought anything in forever. And I did get I got a Dual World Fusion as well. And I
Nice.
don't know if have you heard about that one at
No.
all in anything that you listen to? So it's a guy, he's been, let me make sure I'm getting
That's
this
a
right.
long pause.
Yeah, I was reading the thing. So yeah, he's got a I guess it's the NFT project is going to back this apartment in Manchester, I believe it is,
Okay.
England. And the people who own the NFTs are partial owners of this place. So I don't know how, I didn't read the white paper or anything. It was something that I'd heard about from a couple other podcasts and YouTubes that I listened to. So like for me, like just to be part of it and to see how it happens was the most interesting thing. So that was worth my 0.25 ETH to get in on it, to kind of follow it along. Like, hey, let's just see what happens with this. So that was more of like of education, I would say, but we'll see what happens with that. But yeah, I bought two NFTs today, and I hadn't in forever. But that was a long time to have ETH in my wallet and not spend it.
Well, and that's what I'm dealing with right now. I have all that ETH in my wallet, which, as everybody knows who's listening, I got rid of the bat because I thought ETH is going to jump higher than the VeeFriends will jump.
Mm-hmm.
But now I really want to put it back into stuff, and I'm like, no, the whole point to let it grow, because it won't grow in an NFT. But I keep seeing all these NFT things, and I'm like, oh, this is a good deal. Oh, this is a good deal. And I'm like, no, I gotta like resist. But it's been hard, and I'm horrible, right? Like I've fallen for, like, I got into Zen Academy, which I think I think I had to, right?
I was going to do that. I did not. I missed it with all my wallet
today,
stuff.
right?
Yeah. Or no, it might still be going, but yeah, anyways.
No, I think he posted, like, he goes,
okay.
No, we're done. But so I think I had to do that. But like, there were some things on Zen Academy they were talking about, the Vortex series. And like, I almost FOMO'd in because I didn't trust any of my normal research methods for it. So I didn't want to go check out the Discord. I didn't want to check out the Twitter because I was getting it strictly for flipping purposes. And if I go to the community and I go to everything else, I get part of the community, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I don't want to get rid of it. And I'm like, no, the whole point is flip that. And there was something else I was looking at that people were talking about. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna look at those. Well, gas was too much, so I waited, and the price just kept falling. And then I'm like, wait a second, I'm not supposed to be buying these. And so I ended up not buying them. But then the hardest one was last night. Everybody on the Uncaged was talking about the wolf game. Have you heard of the wolf game?
Mm-mm. Oh, yes. Something about sheep too.
I didn't tell you about it purposely because I was trying to protect you from yourself.
I did hear about it. I don't know if I heard, maybe it was just one person that was talking about it that I listened to. I don't think I heard about it from two people. And I saw it on Twitter.
Yeah, but you didn't really look at it, did you?
No, I did not.
Which is why I didn't tell you about it.
Thank you.
Because in my mind, it would be like playing a game like Smurfs or Farmville. That's what I envision that's going to turn into.
That's the feeling that I got when people are talking about it.
And I'm like, nope, because we'll buy in and we'll put all of our money into this. And maybe it'll be good and maybe it won't.
Yeah.
Like, that's not the point of what we're trying to do. So I looked at it. It was at a good price. It was a Dutch auction.
Okay.
And I was like, ooh, I'm going to buy some land. I'm going to buy some land. I'm like, no, the whole point is to not spend, not spend the eat.
Yeah. I've been pretty happy with myself for the most part. I picked up some altcoins here and there and some other things, but I haven't done too badly. So I ended up, well, I think the last time we were recording is when I picked up more Cardano, or is that Thursday when we were playing Dominion that I just picked up more Cardano.
Like I almost bought more World of Women because their price dropped. Not like it went way down. And I was like, oh, I'm like, I can get back in and make a profit, free money, because it dropped to like 1.86.
Nice.
But I resisted the urge and I didn't do it.
So what's there to learn here as far as, I guess what this, like, as far as to bringing value to the listeners, it's a little bit of having a plan, because we talk about having a plan and sticking to it, because it's easy to get distracted, to do other things. And even with like this slight price drop right now, like I'm not concerned, but it's just like, okay, we're all just like, for me, I'm in a holding pattern. I'm waiting. Yes. I want this to have, I'm going to have my plans for the future, what I'm going to do, but I'm just kind of holding right now. I have a couple things listed.
Well,
and then
you're right on. So this is something that we have a hard time with sometimes, and sometimes you're really good with it. But the basics is make a plan, do your research, think it through, follow the plan.
Yeah.
And I do that almost everywhere in life, but with NFTs, I was always FOMOing in. And so here's the thing you have to remember. This is what I keep beating through my brain. 99% of projects are going to fail. We know that. They're releasing 20 projects a day. If you miss one today, guess what? There's going to be another one tomorrow. There'll be another one the day after that. And the one that you just missed will probably be on sale tomorrow or the next day.
Yes. If you love it that much.
So be patient, right? And like a great example of this for me is I FOMO'd into Curio cards. Still really happy with the purchase because I was buying it, as we've talked about before, I bought that one for the art, not for the flip.
Yeah.
But it's probably, a whole shit ton less than what I paid for it. But I FOMO'd in. I was like, oh, I'm going to miss out. We had a good friend who kept saying, it's going to the moon. It's going to the moon. You got to get in. You got to get in. And so I'm like, it's going to go to the moon. So I bought it. It didn't go to the moon.
Yeah. It still could. I mean, that's a long-term
But they all go up and down.
Yes, they do.
So you can get it on sale. Everything does.
Yeah. Yeah, it really does. Because even like the apes, I was telling a friend, like, talking about how I sold it, and did I talk about I think you and I just talked about this. I don't think I talked about it on the episode, but I went and saw, went to the old neighborhood, went and saw a friend, and I was like, yeah, I sold my ape. And they said, like, him and his wife were trying to talking about NFTs to some people in crypto. They were up in Boston. They saw some friends and they were like, we really had no idea. And guess like I say their names Matt and Laura. And Laura is like, I do not even come close to understanding this. So I pulled up my ape. I said, this was my ape. This is what I paid for it in June, and I sold it the other day. And I said, but the thing is, if I would have waited and sold it today, that's 20 more ETH. And they were just like, what? But I mean, I am honestly, I'm fine with it just because I had a plan, and it goes back to that. I had a plan. I did see that morning that Jimmy Fallon had bought one, but it was like, I'd already made the decision that I was going to sell it, and the price I was getting for it, I was happy with that. But
But
yeah,
if it starts dropping, you'll see people bailing out of it. And so if you sold it right now, you'd get 20 more. But if you waited a week because you're like, oh, I think it'll still go higher, it could be 20 less.
yeah, because I turned down offers for 50 before.
Yes.
And it was not getting close to that. And I wanted to have the Ethereum for this blow off top that I'm planning on.
Yeah. You got to have a plan. The market's too volatile for you not to have a plan.
Yep. And he did say, he's like, I'm thinking of getting some. He's like, I got $4,000. I'm like, on my podcast, I do not give financial advice. Like, you're a great friend. Ethereum's on sale right now. Buy 1 ETH and just sit on it. You'll be happy. So
my wife today told us, and we've talked about this before, she is so rarely wrong with anything financial. And it's not that she studies, it's not that she researches. Some people just have a feel, right? And what did she say today? Well over 10. Well over 10, coming soon.
Yep. It's exciting. You never know, but yes, it's very exciting. We'll see what happens by the end of the year, and just, everything that's going on with that. Oh, speaking of games earlier, have you played the Lucky Manakee game yet?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Did we talk about that last episode?
You said you got it, but I don't think we talked about it more than that. Are both of them the same? I only clicked on one of them.
I believe they're both the same. So if you know what we're talking about, Lucky Manakee, we knew they were going to do Manakee Arcade. So we knew that was coming. What we didn't know, let me pull it over to the screen.
Yeah, I played it like 3 or 4 times today. I'm like, this is a fun little game.
Oh my gosh. So what we see is in our wallets on OpenSea. Can you see that all right?
Yep.
You see this Manakee Arcade NFT. You're like, oh, that's interesting. And you click on it. And it's a game, right? And like, it's literally a game. So your NFT is a game.
Yeah. And those of you who can't see it, it's almost like it's a left to right movement game. The board is moving. It's got like cliffs and then little monies and things like that, where you push your button and your cat jumps, and then you're getting points for grabbing things. And
oh my gosh, it's like my best game. Oh man.
And you don't want to fall in and get trapped by the canyon. But it's just, I mean, it's a pretty basic game, but it's cute and fun. And the awesome part, like you said, the NFT is the game, which is
your high score stays with it.
Oh, really?
See, this one has a high score of 96. Right?
Oh, I thought it just said your high score was 911.
Well, right now it's 96 and it says number 288, right? I forget which one I clicked on. Was it this one?
I don't remember.
High score 22.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Number
because I think your cats are different.
The cats are different in both of them too.
Are they different each time you click them?
Oh, I'll check just a second.
So maybe each cat has a different high score.
So I just set a new high score, right?
Yep. Okay, so back out and then click on that second one again.
Oh, it's different every time.
Yep. But the high score, the high score is the same.
But the high score stays with this NFT.
That's awesome.
So you could look for, I wonder if these are on sale. So people were checking right now. They are on sale. And is that on the Polygon network? Can you see? It is.
Yeah, it's on the Polygon network.
So like this one has a high score 75. So I can look for one that has a high score.
That's awesome. So yeah, and your cat can jump in that, like if you push your button again, it'll jump in the air.
You can make it
So,
spin and stuff.
in theory, you're not ever gonna fall down and get caught, but you do. 'Cause that happened to me too. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah,
But
so
yeah,
I want to check these and see if there's any that have like a really high score you can buy. That's
but
awesome.
I was super happy about that. That's one of them. I mean, we've talked about it a bunch. It's one that we bought early. I'm not worried if it goes to zero, it goes to zero. If it moons, it moons. But you know, they're
Set a high
cool.
score of 0, and so I'm going to set the high score here.
Oh, so you can play someone else's NFT?
Yeah, yeah, you can play other people's NFTs.
Oh my gosh, I didn't realize that.
So you can go and like play on mine and set the high score on mine. I'm totally going to set the high score on this, and people aren't going to get it. Oh no!
Yeah, I was gonna say you're really good, but
I was doing really good. Look at that, 118. I'm not 29. Suck it.
That's
awesome. That's now stuck on that person's NFT.
Oh, so that NFT is now ranked 229 out of.
Yeah, I just changed it.
Oh, that's so interesting.
If any of these are zeros, I might do this all night. Any of these that are zeros, I'm gonna and change. So I guess we know what I'm doing tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Playing a shit ton of Manicky Arcade. Oh, look, there's a 0.
Yep. That's awesome. Oh.
Oh, we had a visitor there for a second.
I know, I was gonna say hi. So okay, so you can tell if it's a gang or if it's a regular Manicky by looking at the.
Oh, you can.
The NFT.
Like I don't understand the difference between the two.
I think the games are the same. I need to go through and unhide mine. Mine are in the other wallet there. So.
Oh yeah, get those suckers out. They're awesome.
Yeah. But yeah, so I'm sure we'll be able to record again before this time. But are you planning on buying any Empathy Elephant wine from Gary V this weekend?
So what's the deal with it? Tell me about it, because I saw the post, but I didn't like look them up.
That's a great question. I just know that it's going on sale this weekend.
Like, where do you buy it from?
I think you have to buy it from whoever he sold it to. That's a great question. You caught me totally off guard. So Gary started Empathy Wines, and then Empathy Wines got sold to someone else, but they did a collaboration. Seems weird that Gary would collaborate with his old company, but they did an Empathy Elephant wine, and I'd have to look on here, but yeah, I don't know where you get it from. That's a great question. I was thinking of ordering some, so I was going to be doing the research. Nice. If you like Gary and you like wine, I've heard that Empathy wine's really good. I've never had it, but to have an Empathy Elephant one, I think I get 2 or 3 to just have them to look at.
Keep one till it turns to vinegar.
Mm-hmm. Perfect. And then put it on my salad.
It'd still be your Empathy Elephant wine.
That is true. So yeah, it was really cool. They made the announcement this last week. I wasn't actually there for the actual announcement, but I read everything afterwards. So
nice.
Yeah, pretty cool.
Well, people, it's almost Thanksgiving. I'm hoping we shoot another episode before Thanksgiving. We'll do our thankful episode, talk about all the things we're thankful for in NFT land and what we've learned. I've got a lot. I've been wanting to like totally go mushy on Twitter, but been holding back. But we're going to be talking about that probably in our next episode.
Sounds great.
The big thing today was to remember to have a plan and stick to the plan. Make sure it's research-based. But hold tight. Don't get FOMO. Don't get FUD. follow the
Just
plan.
hold. Just hold.
Right. Just hold. So any parting advice, Kilted?
I don't have any parting advice. I appreciate the listen, everybody. Would hopefully we do talk to you again before Thanksgiving, and then we can get mushy and stuff. I think that sounds like an awesome show.
It'll be a good time. Well, all right. Well, everybody, this is Ballbuster signing off. Have a great night.
Kilted Dragon Jer, love you all.